All right, welcome back to the Treehouse. The Pope was visiting America and making a tour of the entire country, and he was in New York City, and he had just been up on the higher floors of the United Nations and made a presentation to the United Nations. And he came down, and his staff put him in this long, beautiful, pearlescent white limousine. And they put him in there, and the driver was up front. The Pope gets in and he's looking around. He's just loving this limousine, and he climbs forward right behind the driver over the seats there and through that window. And he's, oh, wow. And he's looking at the dashboard, and he said, what does that button do? And the limo driver showing him, that's the electric windows, and he just showing him all the features, and the Pope's just loving this. He said, wow. He said, I used to drive before I was Pope. And the chauffeur said, oh, yeah, really? I never thought of that before. And he said, yeah, I love to drive. And the Pope said, hey, do you think it'd be all right if I drove? And the limo driver said, well, you're the Pope. You can do whatever you want. So he said, yeah, let's do that. So the limo driver comes back, opens the door. The Pope gets out, goes into the driver's seat. Driver puts him in the driver's seat, closes the door, and the limo driver gets in the back of the limo, and the Pope takes off driving through the streets of New York City. Well, sure enough, he runs a red light, and a motorcycle officer pulls him over, turns the lights on, and the Pope pulls over, and the policeman's walking up to the window, and the Pope pushes that button, and the window comes down, and the officer looks in the window and sees who's driving. He goes, whoa, just a moment. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And the officer goes back to his motorcycle, gets on his microphone there, and he goes, hey, Sarge, I got a diplomatic question here. I pulled over a VIP. And the Sarge says, well, is he bigger than the mayor? He goes, oh, yeah, he's bigger than the mayor. He goes, well, is he bigger than a senator? He goes, oh, yeah, he's bigger than a senator. He says, well, is he bigger than the governor? He goes, oh, yeah, he's bigger than the governor. He says, well, let's get right to it here. Is he bigger than the president of the United States? And he said, Sarge, I think he may be, yes. And the Sarge says, well, who the heck have you pulled over there? And he goes, I don't know, Sarge, but the Pope's driving him around.